I was home in Scotland not so long ago for my mum's funeral, and God gave me a kind of unusual gift that helped me see that there were parts of my heart that really still needed healing at a deeper level. You know, I never knew my dad in his good days, and at this point in my life, I've come to grips with that. I have a few photographs, but no real present memories of the happy dad he was before his brain injury. Well, this being the case, on the day of my mum's funeral, as I said, I was given kind of a rare gift. We invited all the people who attended her service to join us for a reception in a little hotel in Ayr, Scotland. And I moved around the room. I wanted to make sure I said hello to everyone and thanked them for coming. Well, I saw a gentleman I didn't recognize getting ready to get up and leave. So I went over and I introduced myself and I said, thanks so much for coming. I'm Sheila, Betty's daughter. And he said, oh, I know who you are, lass. You did a beautiful job in the church today. Paying tribute to your mother couldn't have been easy. Well, I thanked him for his kindness and I asked him, were you a friend of my mum's? And he said, no, I was a friend of your dad's, lass. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you what that did to me because I've never met any of my dad's friends. After my dad's death, we moved to another area of town. It wasn't so far away, but my dad he had one brother we never knew. His dad had died early. His mom died before I ever met her. And even though we were just 15 miles away to where the rest of my mom's family lived, that's where we moved, it wasn't very far geographically, but it put a gap. We didn't have a car in those days, so I literally never met anybody who knew my dad. And my mom moved because she felt there were too many terrible memories for her in Cumnock, the place where we were born. And as I said, my dad had no family left to tell me anything about what was he like as a boy. I have no photographs of my dad growing up, nothing to give me any kind of insight into his personality. But there in that hotel was somebody who knew my dad, and he was getting ready to leave. So I kind of ran after him and I said, could you just stay for a few more minutes? But he told me he was sorry that he had to go. He had a bus to catch. But he paused for just a moment and he took my hands in his and he said, you've grown into a beautiful woman. I knew your dad very well. He would have been so proud of you. And with that, he was gone. I know he meant those words as a gift, but at that moment, they felt like a knife in my heart. Thinking that if my dad had lived, he was saying he would really have loved you. Well, I didn't go back into the dining room. I found a little privacy in the ladies' room. And that stranger's words rang over and over in my head. I'd longed to hear those words all my life, but I wanted to hear them from my dad, not from someone who was his friend. Well, there was nobody else in the restroom, so honestly, I put into practice something I believe in, and that's honest confession before God. So I did that out loud. I just said, Father, that made me so sad. Dad would have been proud of me. How would that have changed my life? I talked on and on. I spoke everything out, everything I felt. Because what I've learned at this stage in my life is God is our safe place. I've learned to confess everything, all my secret pain, all my unspoken hurts. And it doesn't mean that there won't be pain ahead. It just means I don't keep it hidden any longer. I bring it into His presence. The sorrow, the questions, the anger, the sadness. I bring the joy and the laughter too. Every emotion, everything I'm feeling, every thought is welcomed by your Father. And in that moment, this little restroom, the west coast of Scotland, became a safe place to pour my heart out to my Father. And then I just sat quietly for a while. I remember closing my eyes and asking God to speak to me in the darkness. And in the stillness, I've never heard the audible voice of God, but in the stillness, I heard my Father, my Heavenly Father, speak to the deepest place inside me, saying, I'm proud of you. I love you so much. I've never missed a moment of your life. I've been there all along. And not only that, I'm here right now.